All right, fellas. How you down? We got a pretty good game on. Two games on today. We have the Falcons and Raiders and the Chicago Bears and Minnesota Vikings. So we have an interesting slate here that I'm pretty excited for. Obviously, Chicago, Minnesota has it's tough for me to lean which way I'm kind of going. I'm still been going back and forth between the spread. A 7-point spread is a lot. But the Bears have also been actually bad at football. This game was a blowout that the Bears came back from, ended up turning into a close game, went into OT. They still lost. Falcons-Raiders, that's going to be probably a blowout. Despite how bad Kirk Cousins has been, I don't expect him to stay that bad. And if he does, we might see some panics. Because you can't, if he goes out and doesn't throw a touchdown versus the Raiders, there's some problems. We have to address it. Live action, what's going on? There's going to be some problems if he comes out and he's not able to throw touchdowns, not able to get the offense in positions to win against the Las Vegas Raiders. That's just my take. But if I were to lean either side, by the way, we're on Pickett. If you're not on Pickett, make sure you sign up using code BDGE. Oh, wait, it's cut off for you guys at the bottom here. Hold on. I'll move the... I'll go here. Here you go. There you go. That's at the top. Anyway, yeah, so again, as you guys can see now, this is where it is. Let's see where the lines have moved. Let's see where the money is. So all the money's obviously with Atlanta money line. They should win this. Only 270. It's not that bad. The spread, everyone's taking Atlanta minus 5.5. I would have to agree. Wow, this being both black kind of sucks. They couldn't have made Atlanta red. Anyway, everyone's leaning the under in this game. Again, I think it's going to be a heavy Bijan game, which is why I put out my Bijan prop of Bijan over 17.5 rushing attempts. Again, I think it's going to be a big run day. There's going to be a lot of ground and pound movement in this game. The Raiders have been obviously susceptible to big running days as well. We can just go to that play. Might as well. We'll start with the Atlanta and Raiders game. First off. Desmond Ridder revenge game. Thoughts? Anyone? I'm just saying. I'm not saying he's gonna cook, but I'm saying he might cook. That would be hilarious if Desmond Ridder comes out and just slings the fucking rock on Atlanta and wins the game. That would be. It's not Arthur Smith, so it's not as good. But it still would be so fucking funny, especially because Nick in the office, who's obviously a huge Atlanta guy, hates Desmond Ridder with a passion. And I was even talking about, yeah, he should be a viable, if you pick him up in fantasy, he's gonna get you 10 points. And Nick's like, nah, dude, he's not even rosterable. I'm like, dude, if he comes out and he cooks Atlanta, that might be the funniest fucking thing of all time. Anyway, despite revenge games, I think Bijan over his rush attempt line is a perfect shout. Not seeing it on UD obviously right now, but we took it at 17.5 on Pickett. We can see my bets in this game. We took it at 17.5. Also took Drake London under 22.5 longest reception. He's not hit this line all year. He's hit this 3 times all season. I get it's Las Vegas, and that's what people are like. Oh, obviously he can have a big play, whatnot, but it's just that's not been his game this year. He's not that down the field guy like Darnell Mooney is. That's what Darnell Mooney's job turned into. Drake London's catching hitches at 5 yards and trying to turn them up for 6 or 8. That's what he's been good at. He's good at catching those side ball fades for 15. He's not catching 23-yard bombs down the field, and he's certainly not running after the catch for 23 yards. So I like his under here a lot, and Bijan's over on rush attempts. Bijan's been turned into the clear number 1 back here. It's been kind of obvious, right? He's seeing about an 80% snap share now. At high 70s at the bare minimum. Algiers gone down to the low 20s, where before, throughout the season, he's been 34, 28, all that kind of in the 30 range, where now Bijan's seeing that big takeover that we've been waiting for. Kind of looking good for fantasy next year, too, when you think about it from that perspective. If he can hold this out, get that 80% rushing share like we want him to have, that'll look good. And he's turned into a great back. He looks really good so far. So what's going on, Kelsey? Yeah, so I really like these 2 lines for this Raiders and Falcons game. And again, if I were to lean anything, I would go with everyone else, and I would probably take Atlanta side of the spread. despite the Desmond Ridder comeback story. That's most likely not going to happen, but never know. Never know. Keep it pushing here. So that's where Bijan was. Drake London. Do we have longest reception? Here's at 21.5. I'll take it at 21. Take it at 22. I like both. Which is Chicago's main 3 receivers do you like most tonight? Well, let's just go straight into that game. Oh, they already have lines for next week up? Dope. Dude, also, real quick, rant. It's not going to turn into a rant, but them playing Saturday games when it's the first weekend in the college football playoff is the most asinine thing you could possibly do. Actually might be the most like, why the fuck are you playing NFL games during the college football playoff? What are you fucking doing? Sorry, Tuts. I'm going to be honest. Pitt versus Baltimore would be a good game. I don't care that it's at 4:30 when Penn State's playing. Don't care. Right? Or like Boise State's playing. Don't care. Oregon, I don't care. Like, I would much rather see the college football playoff right now than I would the NFL in a random fucking Week 16 game. I'm just saying, that's stupid as fuck. And it kind of pisses me off. Next. Chicago, Minnesota. Who am I thinking for this one? I'm kind of leaning Chicago to be dogs here. Not that they win outright, but I really like them to kind of be underdogs. And I think they could keep it a close game like they did at the end of game 1. And the 7-point spread is so far that I think we're getting pretty good value here at 7. So I don't like them to win outright, but I like them to keep it close. And getting a minus 110-7 spread is fantastic. Double my units on Bijan rush attempts and Swift yards. All right, dub. You taking the under on Swift yards, or are you taking the over on Swift yards? I'm taking the under on Swift yards. So if that's what you're talking about, I really like it. Under 51.5, under 50.5, under 49. I like it all, right? Obviously, like when you're talking about rushing yards, coming down to the decimal doesn't matter quite as much as normally if he goes over on rushing yards, he's going to go over, right? I mean, it's very rare he's going to finish at exactly 50. But again, we do have those discrepancies, so you have to watch out. So the higher you can get it, the better. It was at 56.5, and my buddy got it at that, and I was like, damn, that's sickening as fuck that I didn't get it. But that was yesterday morning. I also wasn't putting out NFL plays at that point, but I was like, damn, that sucks. Anyway, 51.5 is great. 50.5 is also great. That 1 yard, I'm not gonna kill myself over. Neither with the Drake London if you take it at 21 or if you get it at 22 like I did. It doesn't really matter to me, but I like both of these lowers as well, and I like to pair that with Aaron Jones over. We got it at 65.5. You can get it at 63.5. All these books have different shit, but I like it at 65. I like it at 63, and I like it at 67. I like it all here. I think Aaron Jones is another big day at 106 rushing yards. The first time these two teams played. And he's just been seeing the volume that we want for him to crush this line. He's been a top 5 explosive runner this season in the NFL, so I think he continues that as well. Obviously been shut down a few games, dealt with some injuries here and there, but I think he's really going to crush this mark. And DeAndre Swift again with the lower on rush yards. He's been just a shit show since the coaching change. He's just not getting nearly as involved. Roschon is eating into those targets, as well as this Vikings defense has been a nightmare for running backs, at least mid running backs. If it was a good running scheme like the Lions or something, I'd buy more into it. But it's not. It's the Bears who have one of the worst rushing schemes right now in football. So I think he's easily going to go under this mark. And we're not going to be stressing too much about it. I also, again, I think Chicago's going to be down most of this game. Not out of it, but I think they're going to definitely be down, which kind of limits DeAndre Swift as well. He's also been capped at 13 rushing attempts the past few games, so I don't really love that as well. Where's his rushing attempts? Not rushing. Rush attempts. Like you look at, he's at 14.5, and he just has not gone over that 14 mark really much at all over the past 4 games since the coaching change, right? The coaching change happened right here, right? That Green Bay game was the first game where we saw the coaching change, and since then he's been capped. Roschon has obviously seen an increase. Taking his under 14.5 rushing attempts also feels fantastic. So I really like that. And even if he gets 14 rushing attempts, his rushing yards per attempt is horrible, dude. Like, look at this. He had a great one versus Green Bay. Since then, he's been ass. 2, 3, 5, and 2. Before that, 3.7 is good, but 3.2 is mid. 2.3 is bad. 3.5 is all right. 2.7 sucks. So that's where it is, right? What about London's yard line? Not London's. Anyway, London's yard line I feel good about. Saw a lot of people taking his over on receiving yards. I think, again, he can crush that mark. I think he's going to get peppered. I like his receptions better than I like his receiving yards. But, again, both of them I don't mind. I'm just taking the lower on longest reception because I don't think he catches a huge one today. But Bijan at 18.5 rushing attempts I still like. I like Bijan up to 19.5. That's the highest I would probably take it. Once you get to 19.5, it gets scary. But he's had some big rushing attempt days, like up to 24.5 or 24 rushing attempts and all that sort of stuff, and a lot of over 20. So I feel good about it. If you take it at 18.5, I still feel good. Out of the three receivers, obviously the first time these two teams met, it was a big Rome day. Obviously Rome went off. Are we going to see something similar to that where it's another big Rome day? The books obviously don't have it as that. They obviously lean DJ and Keenan. But again, you look back at this game versus where was it this year? Versus Minnesota, he had 30. Okay, was it? No, I'm tripping. Was it a big Keenan day then? It was one of them. DJ Moore had 106 yards. Okay, so DJ Moore and Keenan 8. And Rome took the backseat. But didn't Rome score the touchdowns? Am I tripping? Maybe I'm thinking of a different game. No, Rome didn't score a touchdown. Rome had 2 touchdowns last game. Damn, what am I thinking of? Who had the 2 touchdowns in this game? Was it Keenan? It might have been. Keenan only had 1. Damn. I don't know what I'm thinking about. I'm definitely thinking of a different game. But out of these wide receivers in this game, against Minnesota obviously struggled against wide receivers this season, as you can see on the side here, because it's not cut off. Receiving yards after the catch, they're 28th in the league. Receptions, they're 31st. Targets are 31st. They allow a ton of passing yards per game, so obviously they're going to see a ton of volume here. But with that being said, I think the best receiver to take out of the group probably would be the Keenan Allens of the world. Just getting the slot receiver feels really good versus Minnesota, as they've struggled more against the slot than they have the outside this season. It's only a 2-point difference per slot to outside receivers in average yards per game, but it's still something. So with Keenan seeing a lot of slot time, Rome seeing a lot of slot time, and kind of using them back and forth, they've used Keenan in a very interesting way of trying to get him as the top of the stack and trying to get him in a spot where he's kind of the point man. I think that's a very interesting strategy, but it's worked really well because he is so fluid in his route running, and he's so crafty with it, where it gets also DJ that free release, which is what you're looking for. But if I had to pick a receiver, I probably would go Keenan. Low-key, sneaky could be a big Rome day. I wouldn't lay it out. He had 10 targets in that game against Minnesota, so obviously if you look at reception lines, you like that as well. He had 5 receptions versus Minnesota. Keenan had 9, and DJ had 7. It's just a big receiving day in general. But yeah, so that's what I would probably take if I were looking at the receivers. But yeah, these are the main plays, and obviously the Bijan play at the bottom that we don't have right now are the kind of the main plays. What's London's yard line? He's at right now on underdog 63.5. I saw a lot of people taking about 59.5. On some books, it is a good spot there, 60. You feel good about it. I like his receptions at 5.5. I think that's a really good spot to get him at. And on some books, you can get it for close to plus money, which is fantastic. I think he sees 6 receptions today. This is a defense that just allows big reception days and short underneath stuff as they play a lot of too high. So I think it could be a big reception day here for Drake London. Again, you get it close to plus money, which is fantastic on some books. Now it's all the way minus 108. Earlier today, you could get it at plus 100, plus 105. So yeah, I feel good about that. And again, he's hit this in 8 of 13 games this season. Like, you feel great about 5.5 tonight. Anyway, and again, they allow the 16th most receptions, so they're very middle of the pack, but they've allowed some big days in the past. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. The guys like Courtland Sutton, who in my opinion, very similar build to a Drake London from a receiving day. But yeah, so those are kind of like the main plays I wanted to go over. I wish Bijan's was on here just so I could like show it. But I'm not know if it's gonna pop up or not. Probably not. El Bozo. His fantasy points line is at 18. That's kind of crazy. Anyway. I see a lot of people taking Jacoby tonight too. That's not a bad shout. Darnell Mooney longest reception was something I was also looking at. Michael Mayer looks like such a fruitcake. Anyway, that's where I'm at. Play of the day. I know that's why obviously a lot of you guys are here. Charlie, that's what you're looking for. So obviously play of the day. We're gonna do another touchdown. Are any of the Raiders props worth my time? I would say, again, Jacoby's probably your only one really worth looking at. I like Jacoby. Obviously, Brock Bowers' reception's not bad. His longest reception's not bad. But I would lean Jacoby in this matchup. Outside wide receivers have just cooked Atlanta. And I think Jacoby could have a pretty big day there. But anyway, keep it pushing. I think play of the day, we're going to do another touchdown score. Obviously, that's what the people want to see. Do we do one for each game? I don't love each game, so I'm going to probably say no. I think we're going to stick to one today. But again, we've been doing touchdown scores. I know I could do plays as well. But I think touchdown scores are just more fun for us for the plays of the day, and we've been hitting them at a crazy rate despite our loss on Sunday. We're still absolutely crushing these props. So as long as we keep hitting, as long as we hit like one every 2 weeks for a touchdown score, we're up, which is massive. And we've been almost doubling that at this rate, which is insane. So if we're looking at Chicago and Minnesota, the odds here, Jay Jettis is plus money to score. Nuts. I really like that spot, but that's not where I'm going. Obviously, Addison, massive game last time. Does he have it again? I'm going to probably say no. That was kind of like a breakout. It's going to be a tough lock to be there. I really like TJ tonight. I think TJ could get in the end zone. Rome is someone I feel pretty good about. Getting him a plus value there. We'll go the other game first, but these are what we're looking at here. So get an idea, get your thoughts of Bruin if we're gonna take some here. But if I like something more in the other games, I haven't even glanced too much at that game for touchdown scores. But we're gonna look here, player props, anytime touchdown. Do we like Kirk under pass attempts? I'd have to look at that in a second here. Enhancement. I haven't looked at pass attempts that much for Kirk. But yeah, I would lean Kirk by script that I'm looking at. I would lean Kirk under pass attempts, Bijan over rush attempts. That's what I would lean. Bijan minus 200, Jake London plus 135. Sincere McCormick is plus 160. That's not bad value at all for being a starting running back. Jacoby, I want to bet on so bad. I just don't know if it makes sense with the quarterback situation. What I want to bet on him. He's only scored twice this season. He feels like a guy that would get in the end zone today. Atlanta allows so many passing touchdowns, it like hurts. Look at this. I just want to show you this. Versus Atlanta. This is nuts. Let's just look at like Sincere McCormick, right? Oops. Whoa. Anytime touchdowns, not only wide receivers, but obviously 5 touchdowns there. But I just want to go to quarterbacks real quick. Oh, that's anytime. Look at passing. Sorry, passing touchdowns. They don't have Desmond Ritter's passing touchdowns up. That's so dumb. Raiders have been getting cooked. But passing touchdowns, Atlanta's been like the worst in the league. I'm not exaggerating either. Damn, they really... Okay, maybe I can do it this way. I just want to see if I can show you it. How do they not have Ritter's passing touchdown lineup? There it is. Okay. Look at this. Right? Passing touchdowns versus them. 5, obviously 0. 4, 2, 1, 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 1, 0. So they've had 3 zeros all season. The rest of everyone's fucking scored a passing touchdown. With that being said, you feel pretty good heading into this game. Feel pretty good. But it's Desmond Ridder, so it's like, all right, fair enough. Darnell Moonstein is fucking 220. All right. I think I'm going to go the other game. My heart says Jacoby. I might do 2. Just because my heart says Jacoby so bad. But, fuck, dude. I might go Jacoby in this game. And then we go Bears-Vikings. And we go T-Hawk in this game. Do we go first touchdown score? That's another question. Do we just go balls to the wall, first touchdown? Balls to the wall, first touchdown. Jay Jettis, plus 600. Or do we just do T-Hawk plus 1,200 first touchdown? Is that the lock? Is that what we do? T-Hawk plus 1,200 first touchdown. Is that the move we go with? Is that the lock that we put in? That feels good to me if we were to do that. T-Hawk first touchdown score. I do have ADHD, Tiffany. It's bad. But I think I like T-Hawk. I think I'm going T-Hawk first touchdown score. I want to place that in right now. 1,200. Let me know if you guys are seeing different odds. Let me know if you guys are seeing different odds because I'm seeing plus 1,200, as you can see on the screen. If you guys are seeing something better than that, let me know. Comment it in the comments so I can obviously get the right odds. And then I can share with anyone who wasn't able to be in the stream today. All we need is one. Touchdown score, first tutter, 12 hundo. I don't like both games. I want to go in both games. Facts. All right, T-Hawk slip is placed for me. I don't know if it was able to focus or not. I don't know. But I placed the T-Hawk slip. Okay. And then we're going to do this game right here. I don't know why I'm doing first touchdown. I'm a cone. I am a bot. I'm pulling, like I've been around fucking Jack too much because I should not be betting first touchdowns. But imagine we hit both. That's the type of vibe we have to be on. Like imagine we crush both tonight. We can miss every other pick. Fan only plus 1,000. Yeah. I'm only getting 900, so that's great odds. All right, so DK is the best at 1,200 for hop. First touchdown score being Jacoby Myers would be 1,400, dude. Oh my God. But the value, there's no shot he scores first. There's no shot the Raiders drive down the field and score first, right? Unless they do. And Jacoby finds his way into the fucking end zone. I'm such a cone for betting this. When I could pick Darnell Mooney for plus 1,000. Or even Sincere at plus 1,000. But I think I'm still gonna do Jacoby. Because I'm fucking for the boys. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna do Jacoby. And I think we're going to cook. First touchdown scores. Again, do I recommend putting a unit on this? Hell no. Hell no. Am I going to put on a unit on it? Yeah, because I'm fucking Ferda. 1,300. Lock it the fuck in. I'll put them both in Discord. That's what I'm fucking doing. We just locked in Jacoby. Not anytime. We locked in first touchdown Jacoby, first touchdown T-Hawk. All we need is one to hit, and we're fucking rocking. All right, we're going to miss fucking both. But unless. This is why we're fucking betting for the boys. This is just the fun part. This is the fun part about gambling, right? You know, you have some fun, dibble and dabble, get involved. So we'll see. But, yeah. All right. I feel good about that. I feel good about it. I feel good. I'm going to talk myself into it. And if you like anytime more and you want to go with an anytime, I think Jacoby actually gets in. Like I'm very on the vibe that he gets in. All right. These are the picks for today. So make sure you lock in, dial in, fucking, let's see, incoming re-aggravated ankle injury, Myers first quarter. Facts. All right. All right, Jehovah's. Make sure to like, subscribe. Leave a like on your way out. It does actually matter. If you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe. It's the easiest way to support me and the channel. And I appreciate you guys. And I'll catch you guys next time. Yeah, we'll be live for Thursday plays. And I'll have Thursday plays out for you on Wednesday. Today's Monday? Yeah, I'll have them on Wednesday for you. So make sure I'll see you then. Until then, I'll see you tomorrow for the NBA championship for the NBA Cup. That's pretty exciting. Catch you guys then. Peace.